name is Ben Reisinger, the Prophet J360, managing online public relations, and we've talked a lot this semester, and we've talked a lot about a little bit of everything. You know, we've talked about platforms, we've talked about strategies, we've talked about tactics, things like of that nature. And now we get to talk kind of the fun stuff. Tonight we are talking social media fails, and we've talked social media fails. I've kind of highlighted one every week before class, but again, social media fails happen so often. We're going to dive a little bit deeper in them tonight. We're going to talk about them, but I'm going to ask some of you guys, if this would happen to you, what would you do? What would be, you're as the PR person, how would you fight this? How would you rock this out? And let me hear. I've been taking selfies here with class. Let me get my class selfie pic here. All right, everybody smile. On 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, right on. I'll tweet that after class. That's good stuff. Okay, so social media fails. I'm going to start. I think I've talked to you guys about this one, but obviously one of the big ones that is the cream of the crop is KitchenAid's President Obama's tweet. When they tweeted President Obama. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Back in 2012.
Oh, okay.
During the presidential debate. Okay, so during 2012 in one of the Democratic presidential debates, it was not going very well. It wasn't the best debate, I mean, everybody will agree on that. But what KitchenAid did was insane. KitchenAid Okay, so during 2012 in one of the Democratic presidential debates, hey, somebody started very well. It wasn't the best debate, I mean, everybody will agree on that. But what KitchenAid did was insane. KitchenAid Uh-oh, somebody's got me going. Nobody knows? Okay, anybody check your screens. Uh-oh, somebody's got me going. Nobody knows? Okay,
I think it's all you, dude.
Okay, guys, we gotta fix this here. It's still this. Everybody mute. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I don't know how, but it was me. Okay, hey, that was our snafu fupa of the day.
I know, you all trying to blame it on Ben.
Social media.
I don't know how that.
Trying to use Ben as a scapegoat. He didn't even do nothing.
Oh man, shoot! All
you
right.
owe him an apology.
Thank you, everybody, for checking your mutes, and thank you for letting me know that it was me. Much appreciated. Okay, social media fails. KitchenAid. Let's get back to this. Where is it at? Right here. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it really, really is absolutely crazy. So KitchenAid tweeted, Obama's grandma even knew it was going to be bad. She died 3 days before he became president. NBC Politics, okay?
Oh.
So KitchenAid did that. It was up literally for 2 or 3 minutes. They deleted it, and then they issued an apology, okay? But that one was out there, and I mean, still today, everybody talks about that one. Okay, one of them, the dress. Anybody know what I'm referring to when I say the dress? Not the blue dress, gold dress, the Aurora shootings dress. Nobody remembers that? Okay, so there's a place called Celeb Boutique online, and they sell female fashion and things like that. And they have this dress called Aurora. Okay, this is where it gets absolutely crazy wonky. And Celeb Boutique tweeted, Aurora, hashtag Aurora is trending, clearly about our Kim K-inspired Aurora dress. Smiley face, shop, and then they put a link. So everybody knows Aurora was trending because of the shooting that happened at the movie theater and stuff like that. So there's another thing of a brand not paying attention, just saying, oh, what's this, and if they thought that it was going to be funny, it wasn't funny at all, especially when something like that happened. It looked really, really crass on their end. Here's another one, man. Let me ask you guys before I get into some of my other good ones here. Anybody have a social media fail from the last week, or have a comment or know of a social media fail that happened? Like to chat? Nobody.
Well, I mean, this is kind of a series of ones that seem to happen whenever a big name celebrity or politician or somebody does like a social media question and Q&A, where they essentially, set up a hashtag and people tweet at them for an hour or something like that, kind of like a
Sure.
live chat for Twitter.
Yeah.
Never ever seems to go well, and yet I've seen probably like half dozen candidates do it now, and none of them seem to work out the way they want. And yet people still keep doing it. I don't know why.
Well, that's something that a lot of, like, if you've ever seen a lot of communications and PR people do things like that, and have questions and stuff. And I get what they're trying to do, but you're right. If you're a famous celebrity, or you're out there and people know about your life, you're kind of opening up a can of worms where you just don't know what somebody's going to say. And I mean, one of those is I think we talked about it when we were talking about hashtags, the my NYPD or the my McDonald's hashtag, when people were
Yeah.
saying good stuff, but they were also saying bad stuff. So that's absolutely a social media fail.
Well, I mean, I understand it if someone beloved, like, I don't know, like Bill Nye the Science Guy or somebody, like, if he does one, that's one thing, because he doesn't necessarily get much bad press. But if you're someone like a candidate who, obviously you're going to get both good and bad press, and it kind of comes with the territory. Like, you're just, like you said, you're just opening yourself up for that, and I don't understand why somebody in that forum would think that that's not going to happen, or somehow they're going to be able to control the message. Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, and yeah, you're right. People are still doing it. Things, bad things are being said or tweeted, and blah, blah, blah. So that's just one of those things. I mean, I don't think people are going to stop using that tactic of using the hashtag and trying to have a conversation, but you're right. I think if you are a celebrity, you have to just be aware of that, and hopefully your PR team or your social team that's helping you out is on top of that stuff. So, hey, Ben Cooley, you're back, man. Can you hear us? Show us your shirt. Do you have a cat shirt on? Yeah, look at that. Dude, I just saw that earlier, man, and it just made me smile. I've kind of turned into a cat guy now. We got our first cat. Right on. Thanks, dude. That's pretty cool, man.
Cats are awesome.
Yeah, anybody got their animals with them? Want to show the animals? This can be animal timeout. All right, there we go. See one in the middle. What's that little dog's name, Chris?
His name's Icarus.
Icarus. Nice.
Too close to the sun and his wings burned off.
Oh, cool. How old is Icarus?
This is my Rottweiler, Bruno.
Wow.
They're
Look at dogs. Cool.
And I have a fail, actually.
Sure, go for it.
So I was reading last night on Facebook, like, this article. Like, I guess Kylie Jenner did this photo shoot where she was, like, in a wheelchair.
Oh.
And,
Yeah.
like, she was all, like, posing, like, all cute. And, like, this one girl who was, like, in a wheelchair, like, she's paralyzed, like, got really offended and, like, wrote this article on MTV, which made, like, a lot of sense. Like, Kylie Jenner can, like, walk, and she's just, like, romanticizing a disability, really. And I mean, she's getting like a whole bunch of attention. Everyone cares about her, but like everyone's like was mean to this girl, and like I don't know, it really rubbed me the wrong way. That's just like, to me, it's kind of like the same thing as doing someone like like a blackface or something like that. Like, if it's not your, I guess, if it's not your area, I wouldn't dabble in it.
Sure. Well, being that, okay, so I work at a rehabilitation hospital, and I see a lot of people that are in chairs. It's just really being insensitive, and you're absolutely right, She did it. She's getting press, but she's kind of looking foolish, with the whole thing. Yeah.
And I mean, it's not even just her. It's like the magazine that ran it and the photographer. Like, whoever thought that that was okay to do? Like, I just think that it's really, really lame.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but hey, I'm not a big Kardashian fan. It's funny, but my mom, I watches Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and what I've seen of it, when I'm at home at my parents' house in Indiana, like, I mean, they just kind of do stuff like that, you know. Kim balanced that glass on her butt and spilled milk on it, you know, and was
I
on the
mean,
cover of
they're
a
all
Frick.
just stupid. Like, I mean, yeah, they're like cute or whatever, but I mean, they're just so like tacky and classless, and I always will think that. Like, how the hell do you get famous for making a sex tape with Ray J of all people? Like,
Using really good
Right,
marketing.
Jay
Obviously.
Kardashians.
or
Hey, we'll
the
talk about
rocker
them at the end of class. We'll talk about the Kardashians at the end of class. All right, all right. So, anybody else have a fail before I keep going on? Anybody else have anything to say? No? Okay. Pace Picante. Anybody remember Pace Picante and what happened with Twitter? Pace Picante? No? Okay, so let me pull this one up. This was in December of 2013. So basically, there was this comedian, and he got into a verbal Twitter, not a verbal, but he got into a Twitter spout fight with Pace Picante online. Okay? You guys know what Pace Picante salsa is? It's a salsa brand, you know, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it was really brilliant, okay? So when this happened, and it was over a weekend, nobody knew that it was fake. Just all of a sudden, this comedian started essentially bad-mouthing Pace Picante salsa, and then the salsa company started bad-mouthing him back. I mean, saying things that were absolutely outrageous, that you're sitting there thinking, what would a company of this size and a national company, like, why would they ever do this? You know, is there just a pissed-off employee working there right now trying to make them look bad? You know, but basically it came out, okay, that it was a hoax. The whole thing was a hoax. It was a publicity stunt. And at the time, nobody had really done anything like that on Twitter, like a, you know, flat out a publicity stunt lie like that. And it got so much coverage. I mean, it was unbelievably covered. It was covered by traditional media. It was covered by new media. And, you know, you can see that, you know, if you just Google Pace Salsa, you know, Twitter, you know, or this or that, you'll find a million of them up. I got Gawker up right now on Mashable with it. So basically, this guy kept it up and he kept it up. What was his name here? Kyle Kanan, Kinan. Okay, he's a stand-up comic. All right, so he was the one that started to get into it with the salsa, okay, company. So it was just horrible, and again, it went on for hours, and it came out, and it gave him all types of publicity. So is it a fail? I'm not sure. I don't know if I'd call it a fail because they were doing it on purpose. You know?
Do you know if sales like went up of the salsa afterwards?
Yes, actually, there was a study done. I think it didn't happen for very long, but I think right after that happened, they did sell a little bit more salsa. So I mean, obviously that's a positive thing for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess it's kind of a short-term versus long-term thing. Like, you can sell a whole crap ton of stuff, you know, even with negative publicity, but if it's going to hurt your brand long-term, then, you know, is it really something that you want to shoot for?
Yeah. So
It was probably just like an idea to get the name, you know, because then people are going to be shopping through the store and they're like, oh, I just saw that name, and they'll just pick it up and grab it.
Yep.
You know?
That's a good point. That's a good point. And at the time, Pace Salsa, you know, they were kind of they've always been edgy. Okay, you guys, they've always had like kind of crazy commercials and things like that with their salsa. All right. Okay, so anybody else? Has this sparked anybody else's memory? Because I get tired of hearing myself talk, man. But I got a ton of social media fails here to throw out.
Did
Yes.
anyone already mention Donald Trump?
Which one? Which time?
Yeah, right? Which day?
Okay, so what do you want to say about Trump, Katie?
I don't know if it was fake or if it was real, but earlier I saw like it was like a meme, and he had tweeted like something about Obama sucking as a president and something also about being black, like in the same tweet, but I couldn't tell if it was fake or not.
Did it have a blue check mark next to his name?
I think so.
No, that tweet was real, and actually Trump in the last week, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, met with a bunch of African American ministers to try to take back and do a little. His PR team was trying to do a little bit of damage control for what he did say. I mean, I, I don't even know
sucks
what to
on
think. If
Twitter.
Donald Trump becomes president of the United States, it scares the living hell out of me, you guys. I mean, it's just insane. Okay, so
I'm
I,
Omarosa.
yeah, but it's kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He became the governor of California just by people knowing him. So
And he did a good job, though. You know, relatively speaking.
did he? Okay, I don't know much about his policies and what he did for the state, but
He was,
right on.
Let's put it this way: he's nothing like Donald Trump. I'll put it that way.
After Trump, we'll have Kanye too.
There you go, Kanye 2020.
Yes, and Donald Trump is also talking about starting he wants to take everybody of Arab descent and start a list of them. You know, I mean, he's out there, guys. He really is out there a little bit. And I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. I usually don't try to get political in class with things like that. Okay. Okay, so
I'll offend people for you though. I don't care.
hey, look at that, Mackie Myers 2029. Well, right on. Woo-hoo! President Myers. All right. All right.
I'm president.
It used to be my dream to be the first woman president. I thought Hillary was gonna like ruin me for a minute, but I don't think she is.
Okay. Right on.
Hey,
Right
girl. Yeah,
I'll let
I
that Paige give you her vote, so that's fantastic.
I'm voting
Okay,
for
so I want to talk a little bit more about social media fails here and stuff like that. So I want to throw a hypothetical out to you guys, okay? Bernie, yeah, that's funny. Okay, so my hypothetical is, let's say that you're the PR person for what type of company do we want to have? Somebody throw me something out.
Brewery.
Okay, how about we be a
Ew. For celebrity.
Big K Cola company?
How about an airline?
An airline. Okay, sure. Okay, so
Don't be Delta.
let's say you're an airline, okay, and let's say, you know, and these guys, I'll tell you, doing social media for an airline, I think that would be a pretty high-stress job because you have to, number one, reply, and number two, people are generally ticked off when they tweet an airline. I mean, some people tweet, oh, thank you, you know, for being on time and great service, but a lot of people just tweet about when they're upset or their flight's delayed or, you know, they didn't get this or something, you know, their family had to split up, okay? So let's say that there's a really, really bad tweet that comes out. Let's say it has a cuss word in it, you know, this effing airline, you know, lost my luggage, blah, 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 okay? Somebody tell me, and, you know, what would you do? If you were the digital media person or you're the social person, all right, how would you start?
I would. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Katie. Okay.
I'd probably immediately apologize, like publicly on Twitter, and then direct message the person and ask for their personal information, like their phone number, so that they can get it better resolved.
That's
Good
kind of
call.
like what you see happening too. Is they apologize publicly and then they say get in touch via PM or something like that, and we can see what we can do. That seems to be the standard way to go about it,
Right.
or at least common. I don't know if it's necessarily standard, but I've seen it plenty of different.
Yeah,
ways.
I've seen that too.
And that works. I think that works beyond just if it's an airline or anything like that. I think that's, you know, kind of become the best practice as far as you don't want to. You want to limit their exposure, so you know they get their one or two tweets out, you noticed it, and then you take it essentially quote unquote behind closed doors, like private messages and stuff like that. So that way they can still get their anger, and you know you can hash everything out, but you don't have to see it. You know, it doesn't go out where everybody can see it as well.
No, that's a good point. So at Mary Freebed, I always respond back to people, okay? But at Mary Freebed, you know, I'll tell them, you know, either here's an email or a phone number so we can chat offline. You know, you don't want to be like, oh, you know, well, why were you upset? And just ask them or tweet them or put it on Facebook or something like that. No, no, no. Don't do that, you guys. You know, really, take it offline. And here's the next thing. So let's say, let me throw you another one around because airlines get it all the time. Let's say you're a small business, okay? Let's say you're a small coffee shop in the Indianapolis downtown area, okay? And you get let's say you have a few too many libations, drinks one night, and you start tweeting away and Facebooking away and blah 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 because you're like upset at your girlfriend or your boyfriend, something like that. Like you're the business owner, you're doing your own social media and stuff like that, okay? And then when you wake up the next day because this has happened, you find that there's a series of tweets and maybe 2 or 3 Facebook posts, and you look incredibly foolish. So somebody else besides Katie and Scott, because these guys have been talking a lot, what would you do in this situation, please?
Like you tweeted from your personal account, or you tweeted like from the coffee shop account?
From the coffee shop account.
Well, that's your. Sorry.
So as your business, you're pissed off, you're tweeting as your business, and you're just letting it go out there, okay? What would you think to do the next day?
Well, definitely I would delete the tweets.
Okay.
I used to do the Twitter for my dance team, and I never like did anything like that, but I would sometimes like tweet the wrong thing, or I would like tweet back at someone, and I'd be like, oh, that was from Bombs, not from me, and I'd have to like go back and undo it. But I think in that situation, I would probably delete the tweets that I tweeted, and then like in like a note on my phone, like write out kind of an apology, and then maybe tweet a picture of that.
Cool. No,
Twit
no.
longer,
I mean,
twit
that's
longer is
great.
a thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, you can do it that way. You know, yes, if you're cussing or you're really saying something that's just really bad or offensive to someone, absolutely, you know, delete those tweets, but man up to it. Okay.
Always take responsibility.
Yes, take responsibility and man up to it. I absolutely agree with that. You know, you're telling people, yes, number one, you know you messed up. You're telling people, number two, hey, I'm just human. Okay, these things happen. And I'm sorry, Scott. I just saw. Why are you posting on your business account? Yeah, you know, and that's the thing that gets me. And this is how I do this for Mary Freebed. You know, and I've done it for, you know, when I used to have my boutique agency in Indianapolis, and I'd be ghosting for 3 or 4 people. You know, I have Hootsuite on my phone, and I also have Twitter. I try to do all my personal stuff from Twitter, and I try to do all my professional stuff from Hootsuite. So hopefully maybe that, you know, catches that. Okay, that helps you guys not do that. So think about that, all right? Anybody else have anything? I mean, you know, again, I got a ton of stuff up here about social media fails. Anybody else think of one or have one, or anybody personally ever done kind of a social media fail?
Sounds like Chris has one.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Sounds like he has one. I mean, he's kind of told us that, you know, he's done some funny things on the social before, and again,
I really don't care, and I mean that's kind of bad, but I just embrace my not caringness. Like I'm never gonna be like offensive to anybody ever. Like that's just like I'm not a bully, and I'm not gonna be disrespectful to anybody. But like I definitely always do fails on myself. Like whenever I'm drunk, like I'll like Snapchat like a whole bunch of crazy stuff to everybody because I'm just insane. So
remind me to screenshot everything you ever post.
What?
I'm gonna screenshot everything you ever post.
Me?
So I can blackmail you later. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I'm on some sort of like internet site or something like that. So.
Wow, I love that one. I always tweet about chicken when I'm drunk. Well, right on.
Ew, girl, yes, fried chicken.
I need some chicken, man. I've had too much to drink. That's awesome.
I want my tweet to give me chicken or give me death. No.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, guys, we're kind of nearing the end here. You know, but I mean, I just want to tell you again, I've even done it. Okay, I think I might have told you guys about this, but a couple years ago, my fiance at the time, Kelly Slick LaRue, okay, is her Twitter handle. She was going to be on the tweet team at Zubilation at the Indianapolis Zoo, okay, and they had a Indie Hub. So Indie Hub is a downtown Indianapolis organization that helps young professionals, and they bring people down to the city. It's kind of a downtown organization to really just help, you know, boost the economy and things like that. So Kelly didn't get it. She didn't get on the Zubilation tweet team. and I was ticked because I thought the person that they chose wasn't worthy of being on the tweet team, you know. And I was like, oh, so here I am tweeting out, oh, you know, didn't you see what Slick LaRue did? You know, and then I think the next one I tweeted was, is this political or what, Indie Hub? You know, give me a break. You know, and then the next one was like, come on, Indie Hub, you know, when, you know, your tweeters aren't going to do a good job and this and that. And I really looked stupid. And I really looked foolish because I let my emotions get away with me, you know. So after
I think that's
50
sweet.
minutes,
Though.
what's that?
I think that's sweet. Like you were fine for your woman. Like
Dude,
that
well,
was,
yeah. I
you
mean,
were-
thank
you were
you. I
good.
appreciate that. But here's the thing: at the time, I was big fan of Do It Indie, so I was on Fox 59 twice a week. I was doing a web show. We were going and sponsoring all the type of events over the city. So it really wasn't appropriate for me at that time to do that, you know. And really, you know, you just need to watch yourself. I sent out an apology tweet. I sent out a direct message to Indie Hub, and then I did. You know, I actually called them up and talked with their marketing lady. Her name's Carissa Hulse, and I apologized to her. Okay, so I've done it too. But again, just like I always tell you guys, man, just think a little bit before you make that post, and all should be well. All right.
It's so hard sometimes.
Oh, I know. I know.
I'm sure you've seen some of mine. I've had to delete quite a few this past semester.
Well, again, that happens. But here's the thing that, you know, as you know, we're in December now, Katie, you're thinking about it. And that's what I wanted to get across to you guys this whole semester we've been talking. You're thinking about it, you're figuring it out, and you're like, maybe that isn't appropriate to be out there in the Twitter land. You know, because
Yeah.
again, stuff stays with you, and you never know when a tweet's going to pop up if you're going for a job or this or that, and something that you post on social media could absolutely hurt you. You know. So, guys, it's 6:30. We're going to wrap up here, man. Thanks for talking social media fails with me. Next week is our last Google Hangout of the semester, okay? I really hope that you guys have started your final web videos. Again, it's not like writing a paper. You can't just do it overnight, man, because it's just the software and getting to learn it. You know, just start it now. Get your outline done, get your shots down, figure out how you're going to do it, and then tweet me, email me, call me, text me with anything if you have any questions, all right? So thanks, guys. Keep doing the hashtag J360, and we'll see you next week.